Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's lesson on how to create alias on Mac. How to create alias on your Mac terminal. Now, example, if you look at my screen, in this directory, let's say I want to git add um, maybe what I've done. So the alias I wrote for my git add is A. So I just put A. All right. Okay. Now it's done. Now, one thing I want you to know is that if A is not a known command, it will have popped out error. Example, let me just type C. So now it's telling you that command not found, which means C is not a no command. So, but when I type A, it means my A is recognized. And for my git push, I used GP as my git push. So if I type GP and I tap enter, to tell me everything is up to date. The same way, if I type git push, I will get the same thing, everything up to date. So now I'm going to teach you how to create alias, so that especially for commands that you use often, so that you won't have to be typing. You know, the time you use in typing git add, git this and that, you can save that time to do something else. So let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to attach a Google Doc whereby I wrote the steps to creating alias in your Mac terminal. So number one, when you open the command, you navigate. So the second step is to navigate to the home directory. Now I'm going to navigate to the home directory. I just type in my CD, then this sign. I'll tap enter. So this is my home directory. So in my home directory, let me do ls to list out what I have. Okay. So I may not get everything I have there. So in order to get everything, so I'll just do ls minus minus a. Okay, so these are the things I have in my home directory. All right. So one file I want you to take note of is the bash profile. .bash profile. Okay. Now, you are seeing .bash profile on my terminal because I created it, so that when you don't see it on your terminal, you won't be confused. So if you don't, whether you have it on your terminal already or you don't have it at all, this step covers all. Do you understand? It touches both parties, whether you have created it or you don't have it at all. Just follow this step. Do you understand? All right. So now this is my bash profile. So my alias is written inside this file, bash profile. Okay. All right. So now I am using .bash profile because I am using bash. If you are using ZSHRC, if you are using ZSH shell, so how can I know the type of shell I'm using? So just type echo $shell in capital letter. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to say echo, then $, then you type shell. All right. So now it's showing I'm using bin bash. So if yours is showing bin bash, it means we are going to create a bash.bash profile file But if yours is showing ZSH, it means you are going to create .zshrc file. Please take note of that. But the same step. Now in step 4, so to create this, you can use Nano or you can use VI. So I'm going to use VI in this video, but the same step. But I will advise you to use VI, since that is what I'm using. So if you are using Bash, it means you are going to use vi.bash profile. If you are using ZSH shell, it means you are going to do vi.zshrc. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me show you how to do that. All right, like I said earlier, whether you have it existed or you just want to create it, just follow the same step. So I'm going to write vi.bash profile. Make sure your spellings are correct. So if you are using ZSH shell, so you are going to do .vi. Remember that dot is very important. So you are going to do vi.zshrc file. ZSHRC. Like this, RC. Okay, so I'm going back to so I have .bash profile. So then I'll click enter. Now these are my aliases that I've written. So I've done. Can you see now that I wrote alias a equal to git add. So whenever I want to type git add, I'll use a. When I want to do git commit, instead of writing git commit in full, I'll write cu, and this is ch mode for change mode. For those who write C, they will understand that. So you make it how to make a file executable. So I have git push, I have git init, which means this alias is not only for git commands only. You can use it for other commands that you do often. Things you do often, and you are looking for a way to abbreviate it. Yes, in English, to abbreviate it. So that is the essence of using alias. All right. So now the syntax so let me just clean this. All right. Okay, so there's something I still need to tell you here. All right, there's something I need to tell you here. You may not be able to type anything here, so you have to type I on the keyboard to change the mode to insert mode. Can you see insert mode there? So in insert mode, I can begin to type. So I'm going to say alias. Then what do you want to use as your alias? This is git add. I want to do git commit. So in my git commit, I'm using cu. So I will do equal to, then my quotes. Remember, there is no space between the name you are using for your alias name and the command. There is no space. So I'm going to do git commit. If you use space, it will not work. So git commit. Okay. So I'll write another alias for ch for change mode. Then I'll do chmod u plus v plus x, Okay, so I'll write another alias for my git push. I use gp. My git push git push. Okay, I'll write alias for my git init. Initialize, so I'm not a vi. gi for my git init, sorry, gi equal to git init. Okay, now these are my aliases. So once I'm done, I will hold down my shift key. So I'll press escape key on my keyboard first to change the mode from insert mode. Then I will now press shift shift semicolon on your keyboard. So I have this sign. Then you type WQ to write and quit. Write and quit. Then I will tap enter. Okay, so now I have created my alias. So the next thing on our form is, so I've written this, so just make sure you follow them. So it is time for me to now refresh my shell. I can just type bash. So to refresh this, I'll just type source dot bash profile, So if you're using ZSHRC, so you just say source.ZSHRC. Okay, right. So the reason why I am not using this, adding this sign and those / is because I'm already in the root directory. So there's no need for doing that. You only do this when you are not in the root directory. And that's okay. I think I should just take it out. But I just in case you try the source.bash and it's not working for you, so you can try this. So that's why I'm leaving it there. All right. So now that I've done it, so let me go to any of my directory. Let me navigate to CD. Yes. So let me do A. Okay, as git push. Let me do GP, or let me do GI for git init. So GI, so to tell me that I have reinitialized my existing git repository, which means I have reinitialized it. That is what git init. That is what git init means. So now I believe you have tested yours and it's working. So please kindly subscribe. There are a lot of videos that will be rolling in. I'll be teaching you on how to use your terminal to do lots of things. I'll be updating videos on Vagrant, and just make sure you subscribe so that you can get notification whenever any video is dropped. Thank you.